We now take you to Richmond, where Senator-elect Tim Kaine is speaking.
Let's listen in right now.
Strategies that we need to embrace to accelerate the growth of American jobs and accelerate our economy. It's good that we've had now more than 30 months of private sector job growth in a row. It's good that the Dow is near its 5-year high, and unemployment rate is near its 4-year low, and consumer confidence is showing some positive signs, as are housing. But we know we've got a lot more to do. And I actually believe that the principal shackle around the American economy right now has been congressional dysfunction. When the bond rating of our country was downgraded a year ago, it wasn't the particular mechanics of the deal that led to the downgrade. Instead, it was bonding agencies' assessment of a Congress where leaders were more interested in playing chicken with each other than actually solving problems. So if we can do the first issue that I mentioned and start to tackle some of these deficit and sequestration issues, that should start to show economic lift. The other things I would do to help us show economic lift and add jobs would be to continue my passion for infrastructure investments, which I've had both as a local and state official, to continue to try to find paths where we can elevate small businesses, make sure they're treated fairly in the tax code, in export policies, in government procurement policies, and especially in access to capital. And finally, to embrace the issues that are real passion issues for me, which is making America the most talented place on earth. I do think long-term economic power is fundamentally driven in the 21st century by talent, education, workforce development, immigration reform. These are issues that we have to tackle as a nation, and if we do them right, they are the best guarantee of our long-term economic growth and success. So in terms of adding jobs and accelerating the economy, there's short-term issues, infrastructure, leveling the playing field for small businesses, but there's also the long-term talent strategies that I'm very, very passionate about addressing. And finally, the thing that we most need to do in both houses of Congress is really commit to compromise and working together. I've said from the very beginning of this campaign that was what was missing in Congress. That was what was turning a 2010 to 2012 Congress into essentially a do-nothing Congress. It was not only an inability, but even an affirmative unwillingness to listen, to find common ground, and to compromise. I've had some very direct and challenging experiences in 15 plus years in public life about working together. I was a city councilman and mayor in Richmond. I knew who the Democrats and Republicans were, but we were nonpartisan. We ran nonpartisan.
There, you're looking at a live look from Richmond. Senator-elect Tim Kaine holding a news conference about his election, of course, talking about the economy, ways to better it, and then reaching across the aisle in order to achieve it.
Kaine talking about how he hopes his colleagues will commit to compromise and working together. We'll follow Senator-elect Tim Kaine on his first day after the election, and we'll have more coming up on wavy.com and tonight in our 90 Minutes of News starting at 5 o'clock.
And more